Let's face it, there's not much worse than being in the middle of something and then having to stop and fix your equipment. Believe me, been there, done that. So in order to try and help not make that happen, I recently traveled down to Tifton to talk with the UGA Extension Specialist about the importance of getting your planter and irrigation systems prepared for the upcoming season.
If we get out there and have a breakdown with this piece of equipment or have issues with this piece of equipment, it's really going to cripple us moving into the year. So if we have a bearing go out, we have a seed meter system fail, we notice that we have problems somewhere else in this system and we're going to take 2 or 3 days to get it fixed or time to get parts in, then we got to pull it back to the shop to get it fixed. That's critical lost time.
And here in Georgia, time is very important as windows for planning are sometimes slim with our unpredictable shifts in weather.
I feel like we have extremely variable weather, very few good days to get planted, and so we're already kind of in a hurry.
For the planter, the things you really want to focus on are the depth and downforce settings and also the seed meter performance.
We want to make sure that our seed meters are actually singulating the way they're supposed to, they're dropping the correct number of seeds, that we're not pulling too many doubles in there, too many skips or misses in there. You have to have the proper downforce set to maintain that depth. If we have too light of a downforce and too hard of a soil type or too dry of a soil type, we're going to be at too shallow of a depth.
Perhaps the most important thing you want to make sure is running properly is your irrigation system.
It's very critical from an irrigated standpoint that we have this system up and running to par prior to going out to the field and planting and trying to irrigate the system, because if we try to turn on the irrigation system after we've got a crop in the ground and we determine at that point we've got kind of a bad failure, we're going to get behind on irrigation and could cause major crop issues.
For those irrigation systems, you mainly want to focus on making sure that there are no leaks and that the nozzles are working properly.
So a lot of times we do see a lot of leaks on these systems, whether those leaks are occurring at the boots of the pivots, whether they're occurring at nozzles, sprinklers that have fallen off, been broken, or busted, etc. That's a very easy fix. To see those leaks right now, go ahead and get those fixed, because usually they'll translate to issues in yield in the field.
This may seem like a lot of extra steps, but it could save you a lot of time and possibly even a good bit of money later on into the season. And if you find it difficult to find time to do this before the season starts, doing it after is also a good option.
You'll know if you're having little problems with some of the parts in there, it's fresh on your mind. Go ahead and get those replaced at that time, get those service, maintenance, whatever else needs to be done. And then when we pull it out in the springtime, there's not as much to do, just some light greasing and stuff like that.
Some of this can be difficult and maybe even confusing if you're not familiar with it, but there's still hope.
I strongly encourage you, if you got any questions or you kind of have a second guess about what's going on with this piece of equipment, contact your local county extension agent and have them kind of do a look over with you and talk to you about checking the components. And of course, you can always go back to your local dealer that you purchased the equipment from.
And for an extra resource, check out our website, farm-monitor.com, for a step-by-step checklist for both planters and irrigation systems. Reporting in Tifton for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.